Well, hello there, internet people. Hopefully some more teachers who would like to listen to more of my ramblings and ravings and reflections on teaching and things that are going well for me, things that aren't going so well, that I'm having to fix, that I'm having to problem solve, more questions and more problems that are cropping up because I'm doing more thinking and more reflecting. Today, this video is hopefully a short and snappy one about a problem that I encountered in one of my online classes. So I help out with Emmanuel Online School, which is an online Christian school that's just started. It's kind of offering courses to either homeschoolers or kids that want to do an additional course. And I teach the combined humanities, so I've got a bit of history and geography that I get to teach, which is really fun. And last week we had a bit of a shocker, really, in terms of pupil engagement. You know, kids might have had their videos on, but didn't really want to unmute, didn't really want to give any feedback, didn't really want to contribute, weren't even really very active in the chat section. And so it was very, very frustrating for me, because if we've only got the computer screen, then I have no way of kind of building that engagement that just comes to us so naturally as teachers, as performers sometimes, aren't we, in a classroom. When we've got face-to-face, physical, corporeal, interaction, you're here as a a boy, a girl, a human being in my room, and I'm here as well. I can see what you're doing, you can see what I'm doing, and we can interact physically. Well, digitally, it's very, very difficult. In fact, impossible to have that until virtual reality comes along, and that'll be amazing, terrifying at the same time. So the problem that and it really was frustrating, guys, I was pulling my hair out afterwards and just thinking to myself, is this even worth it? It was so stressful, I'd done so much prep, and we got through maybe like 30% of it because there just wasn't some sort of interaction. However, wherever there's a problem, even if somebody else is at fault, I can still do something about that. And so my reflection was very simple. How do I make contribution more enjoyable for them? And how do I make it more accessible for them? So the thing that I started to do this past week is brainstorm ways to help them get the correct answer, even if they don't really know it or they're not confident. That came out as well, some of the feedback from the pupils. I'm really sorry, sir. I did disrespect you. I wasn't at my best. However, I also really didn't feel confident with the answers, and I didn't want to get it wrong. Fair enough. In a classroom, I wouldn't pick on you if you didn't feel like you knew the answer, but I was missing all sorts of cues, so it was good self-reflection for me to realise I'd missed something, and I hadn't done the best that I should have. At the time, I was restrained by my thinking and my ability, but that was the reflection and the adaptation for me. I've now adapted the classroom to use my multiple choice with the particular class that I've got. I will show them the answers periodically throughout the lesson, and then we'll work with it, and then a bit more formative assessment, on and on. So the formative assessment element's been very helpful as well. So going back to Quizlet Learn, I talk about Quizlet a lot. I do not get any money from Quizlet. It's just a great tool for me at the minute. Here's an example: storms and floods. Now, I was almost like a bingo caller, and it was really, really fun. It was nice, crack a few dad jokes now and again. I qualify because I've got kids, and they just come naturally to me now. It's almost like after the first baby's born, God gives you the gift of dad jokes. It's right there. One morning you don't, the next morning you do. I can't explain. But storms and floods would be the answer. And as I've explained before with Quizlet Learn, you can go to options and you can change this. You can say term or definition and or both. I've only got multiple choice. Let's say if the students had some difficult ones and we've gone through, we've flagged them, we've starred them, then you can just study them. But we're just doing multiple choice so that less confident students can still give an answer. And that was what was missing from the lesson last week. It wouldn't have fixed it, because the problem on the other side of the screen with the students, I can't fix that. They need to have a think about that. But they're good kids, and they turned up this week with much better attitudes. So if you're watching this, kids, thank you. Well done. So, storms and floods, and the correct answer is 2. Okay? Now, some of the answers, it might actually make sense. but the students will have hopefully had, well, they have had the Quizlet beforehand, and they will have hopefully done some learning. So this is all just recap. It's recycling. It's getting the information back in front of your brain, to really enhance the short-term memory of this information. So the correct answer is storms and floods. You click on it. But whilst I'm talking through the answers on storms and floods, I'm giving the students, this is on a shared screen, the students have the opportunity to look through the answers, and all they need to do is a 1, 2, 3 or 4. And it's like bing, 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 bing. Some of them get the wrong answer, some of them get the right answer. You might be like, oh, are you sure? Giving them a little bit of feedback, teasing them gently, are you sure that makes sense? And it was a much better experience, to be honest. It was, you can see I've got a smile on my face. I did not have a smile on my face after the lesson last week. And it really, really worked today, guys. And the other thing that I wanted to talk about was using breakout rooms. But I have a feeling that will probably make better sense for another video. So let's focus today just in terms of my reflection on making an entirely online classroom more accessible simply through a webcam and a screen share, using different resources, manipulating them so that students who feel less confident can access and can engage. And the results today, the engagement was just off the charts compared to last week, and they really enjoyed it, and they felt like they were getting wins and victories and getting the answers right. So it was a good lesson. It was really positive in that regard. So I hope that's helpful. Let me know what you think, how you can make that, you adapt that sort of differentiation for the physical classroom. That was what worked for me today in the digital classroom. All right. So please like, share, subscribe, follow me across social media, follow me on Duolingo. It might be nice to have a bit more accountability. Currently learning Turkish on and off. So yeah, I hope you have a great day, guys, and it'd be nice to hear from you. All right, bye-bye.